Well, hello, this is Herbert, and you are listening to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. I got some favorite players. I like Chris Godwin and Chris Olave, and I like Young Hoku, and of course, Justin Hubbard. Well, you're listening to these guys, Jay and Chaz and Adam. They're really funny, and they're going to help you win some money. Oh, they're so good. I would like to take them out for some ice cream someday. All right, y'all. Enjoy the show.
You are now listening to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast.
Welcome back to the Fantasy Football Bros podcast, everybody. It's your boy Chaz, and you can kind of see me, we think. We're working on some video. Yeah, we got over here to my left, Adam Van Houten. Adam, how's it going?
What's going on, guys?
And we got over here to my right, Jay Coleman. Jay, what's going on, buddy?
What's up?
Oh, I forgot mine. So we're trying to record. You might be seeing our faces. You might just be hearing our voices. We'll see. I got a new camera, and it went from 3/4 battery to none. So
but we're going to make it sound better, though.
That'll sound good.
It's definitely going to sound
It's
good.
definitely going to sound better.
Nobody wants to see our ugly mugs anyway.
That's true. Well,
Very true.
that's also true. Yeah. That's probably a fair point.
Yeah.
How was your week 3 of fantasy football, boys?
Well, I suffered my first loss in the Fantasy Football Bros League.
Bomb, bomb, bomb. At the hands of whom?
I believe it was... Hold on, I'll show you in 2 seconds.
I'm actually sitting here without my
always
phone.
Ben Gay.
That would be who, Jay?
My brother?
I believe that's... Yeah, okay, that's
Your brother,
Jay's brother.
who's
I believe he's in first place, too.
Yes, he is.
He is.
He's literally
3-0.
he's literally been playing fantasy football. This is his 3rd season. He won last year, and in both of our leagues, he's in first place.
I think you know something that we
This
don't.
guy's a ringer.
And Chaz hasn't fucking talked about him at all, and
Well,
he's not very happy with you right now.
I've mentioned him a little bit.
I am going to go ahead and blame Mike Evans being suspended as why I lost.
Okay, well, was it a close game at least?
No, I lost. Well, I only lost by 21.
Was it a close
Only.
game? Nah.
Nah, bro.
Only lost by 21, so it's not like I didn't get blown out by 60. Like
who?
I believe Country Music Superstar had a pretty bad week.
Ouch. I'm actually trying to pull up the thing here because
Let's
I
see.
left my phone over there and we're recording, so I don't want to run away like an asshole. There we go. Pulling up the Fantasy Football Bros League. Well, I won. Jay, what about you?
I finally won one. I don't know which league it is, but...
Jay's on the board with a win.
I think it's this one.
Is it?
Yeah, so you're 1 and 2.
You did win this league by 15.
Yep. You're 1 and 2, and me and Adam are both 2 and 1 in
Yeah,
this.
fuck you guys.
But
We
I
only
believe-
have 1 3-0 team, and that's your brother, and we already and that's Jay's brother. Sorry, and we only have 1 0-3 team, and that's your brother,
Eric
Yeah.
and Eric.
Country Music Superstars.
Wow.
That's right.
Eric on top, Eric on bottom.
We're in an
What do you
Eric
know about
sandwich.
Oh boy.
We're on an Eric sandwich here, and then Country Music Superstar Eric Van Houten said that he'd be here with us today, but
Nobody's heard from him in a couple days.
Who's in second place? And
my brother.
oh.
Yes,
So-
I was
that is
gonna,
true.
it would be a pretty awesome if
There-
Adam was in second, because that'd be Eric and Adam and first and second, and then
No, I just
me and
realized.
Eric and
There are 5 teams.
last and second last.
I just realized that I jumped Adam. Adam, you were like second place last week.
I was, but the loss kind of knocked me down. But there's 5 teams that are 2 and 1, so
Yeah.
I'm not worried.
It's weak.
And
The camera turned off. Well, we
That's
got
okay.
a few minutes. We'll get it better. We'll figure it out.
Yeah, we'll figure it out for next week. Maybe.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was just last
Probably
minute.
not though.
It was last minute.
The points separating second and sixth, where I sit at the moment, is like 20 points between all of us.
Yeah.
From you know.
Jesus, your brother has 467 points.
Yeah, that's a lot of points.
Jesus.
Yeah.
He's a nerd. That's why he's doing good. And he's not going to be offended I'm calling him a nerd, right?
No.
He's a big nerd. He's like a computer stats guy. He's probably got some like fucking algorithmic program that he designed.
Well, he
Yeah, you probably hacked the system.
yeah. He has some okay bench depth, I guess.
He wanted me
He
to-
did pick up Romeo Dubs.
Son of a bitch. And who
Well,
drafted him?
you dropped him.
Yeah, I know, because I wanted the connection with him and Rodgers, but bro,
It didn't happen until last week.
do you-
after you already dropped him?
do you guys realize that I'm not even like exaggerating. I did not start Aaron Rodgers last week. Did you see who my starting quarterback was?
Your last week?
Yep.
Let's look it up.
My starting quarterback last week was not Aaron Rodgers.
Marcus Mariota.
I started Marcus Mariota and Cordarrelle Patterson.
Well, Cordarrelle Patterson was the
Was awesome.
was the play there.
Yeah, was awesome. And
Where did Aaron Rodgers go? Oh, he only had one more point than Marcus Mariota.
it was that, but that shows
so
you
it didn't really matter.
that shows you where everything is in Aaron Rodgers' lane. That Marcus Mariota's sharing points with him.
I really liked your Sterling Shepard pickup too until he tore his ACL just jogging after a play.
That guy is just he is beyond snake bit.
Yeah, he was. I was a fan of him for a long time when he came into the league, and he had a couple good games, and I was like, wow, this kid's going to be really good for them. Then they got Daniel Jones, and then he wasn't so good for them, and then he just kept getting hurt.
You knob-rod the shit out of Sterling Shepard this year.
Yes,
though.
I sure did, and I think I made the right call.
Yeah, I guess so. You knob-rod the shit. Well, one thing we got to discuss and talk about, guys, just because of giving our lives in this thing. How about them Bills?
How about him?
Ugh,
Tough one.
Bullied.
It really was. It
really
was.
Bullied. We got pushed around.
We were the dominant team in that game.
But their defensive
Over
line,
450 yards of offense.
but their defensive line and their offensive line bullied us.
They did.
Bullied us.
We also
I
had a
mean, like
lot of
25
guys out.
injuries. So I mean,
I know, but still, I'm just if in the trenches, we got bullied, and I think that has a lot to do with no Ed Oliver because Ed Oliver is
it has
the tough
to do
guy,
with all the
fiery.
non-starters.
Well, I don't think it necessarily had to do with Ed Oliver being out, but he was definitely a big factor in not being able to get to the quarterback.
Ed Oliver, it's not even about getting to the quarterback. To me,
They didn't even run,
it's-
so you can't even say that it was about missing Ed Oliver. They barely ran the
No,
ball.
it's the attitude. It's Ed Oliver is like the mean, like nasty attitude guy. Like I love Von Miller. I love Rousseau. I love Edmonds. I love those guys, Milano, but they're not like gritty, mean, and nasty. Where that's our Ed Oliver. And that's why I think we got bullied
That's
off of that
definitely
field.
not the reason why we lost the game.
We got bullied off of that field.
That's not the reason why we lost the game. I'm just saying there was plenty of other reasons why we lost the game.
I mean, Josh Allen was beat up at the end of the game.
Sure, he threw 63 passes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
And it was 2,000 degrees.
it's I don't want to hear
We
like
were in full sun for the whole fucking
sure,
game.
but weather's weather. I mean, that's going to be anywhere.
We know it's hot in Miami. I
Yeah.
get that.
Weather's going to
The
be
way that
weather.
they built their stadium on purpose.
Yeah. So that's every team has that
Sure.
disadvantage against
Yeah,
Miami.
absolutely.
So that's not an excuse. I'll take injuries, whatever.
No.
Fine.
We had a lot of injuries, a lot of cramping, which is unfortunate, but we just weren't hydrated enough. That's all that means. But for the Bills, they had 450 plus yards of
Right.
offense, and you still lose the game.
Yeah. That comes.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
That is a tough one.
Well, you know what? Tyreek Hill was shut complete down,
Completely down, and so was Jalen Waddle.
and Waddle,
Yeah,
except
for
that
the
big,
most
he
part,
had
yeah.
that big
he
bomb
had
at the end.
one play.
Yeah.
You take that out, and that they don't have anything.
And Chase Edmonds had 2 touchdowns on every single one
Yeah,
of my
but
bets.
he had 2 touchdowns. Okay, so yeah,
they were
great,
nothing.
12 points, but
But it came with, I mean, that
What did-
fumble on the 5-yard line. They got the ball scored right away. I mean, it was like that was that game coming with their pass rush, making Joshua fumbled 3 times. And I mean, we only lost, I think, one of them. But I
Yeah.
think he fumbled
Yeah,
3
that-
times. Like
you're
just-
right about
They got
that.
bullied. Like we got bullied out of the
There were
fucking.
some bad calls, too.
No, there was definitely bad calls, like that
So-
phantom call at the end of the game.
oh, that was terrible.
that holding call.
Yeah.
At the end of the game, ridiculous.
The fucking non-touchdown touchdown
The non-touchdown touchdown. Yep.
that we should have fucking challenged, but for some reason we just said, nah, fuck that.
Well, and Gabe Davis was out there, playing hurt, dropped a couple of passes.
He did drop
Clutch
a couple,
passes.
unfortunately.
That touchdown, and then that
Fucking
second down play.
our guy Dawson Knox getting fucking smoked.
Smoked.
No fucking
Yeah, no
penalty called
flag on the
that.
defenseless
It was
receiver,
tough,
so-
but if you're the best team in the league, you got to overcome that shit. But you know what?
I agree.
I'm happy.
Well, I mean, we probably could have, but I mean, you got over 20 plus guys out. You're not going to overcome that. Plus some bad calls.
I'm happy it happened now.
I
because
agree.
They
I'm
can
okay
learn
with
from it, stiffen
We're
up.
still 2-1. Unfortunately,
sure.
we lost to Miami, who is in the division. That could bite us later, but I don't see Miami winning too many more games. I mean, they're going to win games. What I mean by that is they're not going to win games like they won this past week.
Sure, if that game's in Buffalo, we win that
Absolutely.
easy. If that game's in Minnesota, we win that. yes, the sun had something to do with it, but like you deal with that every year. So
Right. Everybody goes to Miami.
yeah.
Not
So,
everybody, but
It was rough. They got us,
We
but I'm
do
happy it was.
twice a year.
I was happy it was early.
once a year.
I was just happy it was early. I don't want to get into it too much because I might have these in my get dunked on segments. So.
I think we all, at least I do.
So
we're gonna get into it.
anything else before we hit a break you guys want to touch on?
I'm good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're going to hit our sponsors, and I'm losing
try that
it.
again?
I'm losing it. We will hit our sponsors, and we will be right back after this with the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. All right, and we are back with the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. Thank you to those sponsors. So we got a new segment this week, guys. Are you ready for this?
Let's hear it.
Okay, the new segment is called I'm So High Right Now.
Oh, man.
What?
I'm so high right now. I have no idea what's going on.
And what this segment is, you can almost be married to to get dunked on, bro. Kind of like, but it's not so much anger. You know what I'm saying? Like it's something boneheaded play, boneheaded coaching, boneheaded thing you did.
A move that you made in your fantasy league, like dropping Romeo Dobbs.
We're not going to talk about that right now. Maybe you
so
can talk
high right
about it
now.
when it's your turn. But I'm so high right now. All right.
Chaz, why don't
We
you get
might
us started?
be high right now.
All right. Well,
Smells like it.
here it is. Ready? All right. I'm so high right now. Ken Dorsey.
Okay.
I am so high right now. You are winning the game for an 85% of this game ahead. You're ahead 85% of this game. Miami took the lead with, 5 minutes left?
Something like that.
And Josh Allen threw 63 fucking times?
In 200-degree weather.
Are you fucking kidding me, Ken Dorsey? And I'm the guy that's like, I'm not Mr. Pound the Rock. But there's a difference between fucking pound the rock and throw Josh Allen 63 times when you're winning the fucking game and trying to run out the clock. No, I'm sorry. You're not trying to run out the clock, apparently. It's like you said, it was 200-degree heat. People were cramping up. So here's an idea, Ken Dorsey. Keep sending receivers running down the field on fucking plays instead of having them in there to block and catch their breath a little bit. I know you're still exerting energy, but it's not the same as running fucking darts down the field.
In 200-degree weather.
63 times, career high in passing, and you were leading or tied for 85% of that game. I just thought it was just, and even Singletary and Moss were like chunking some plays.
They were running good.
So
Honestly, he didn't.
They probably would have died if they ran more. Though.
Didn't
Like
run
the rest
he
of our
just
guys.
didn't run the ball. Okay, so but exactly to Chaz's point is, okay, yes, they would have died if they ran more, but our guys were dying because they were running more.
How many times did Diggs said on the Dan Lebertard show that he hit an entire body cramp in the fourth quarter? Like every muscle in his lower extremities was cramped up.
Yeah.
Because you're running. He must have ran 50 passing yards plays.
I play in a bar league football league that I've been in for a long time through Game On Sports, and we play on Saturdays on turf. And if it is hot out, man, it is. We're no NFL athletes, but it gets hot, and being in a stadium and you're in pads and helmets, and there's no shade, and you can't get enough water. I agree with I'm so high right now. Ken Dorsey, what the fuck were you doing?
He was like, I could have dunked on him for this too,
Sure.
but I feel like maybe
we still can.
maybe he's a little high right now. So Ken Dorsey, I'm so high right now. What about you, Adam? What do you got?
I'm so high right now. I'm going to stick on the same game, and I'm going with Thomas Morstead punting the ball into the backside of his defender, his blocker. What are you doing?
The butt punt.
The butt punt. Thomas Morstead, be better. You must have been so high right now during that kick. And you gave the Bills a chance to win, and ultimately we obviously didn't win the game. But
because we didn't get the touchdown because Josh's arm was tired because we didn't run the ball because they made him throw 63 times.
So Thomas Morstead, know your surroundings. Be aware of what you're doing. I'm so high right now.
It's a good new segment, isn't it?
Yeah.
All right, Jay, what you got?
I'm so high right now. Jimmy G stepping out of the back of the end zone.
Hey, there it is.
He wanted to
so-
end racism. That's what it said. He stepped on that and said end racism.
I'm so high.
Wow.
Like, did that? I wasn't watching that game completely. Did that like lose them the game? Was that like a?
I don't know.
I don't think it lost them the game. I think it was just,
why do people like him?
I'm going to drop back 25 steps. Oh, shit. I stepped out of bounds.
Well, we're not even the Trey Lance side. He is so he's so mid. He is so mid.
He is a mediocre quarterback, and he always has been.
So mid.
I don't care.
Is he better than Ryan Fitzpatrick?
No.
That's what I'm saying. Like, he's just so. And Ryan Fitzpatrick's pretty mid. Like, he's just.
Ryan Fitzpatrick is probably top of the list of mid QBs.
Sure, right? I mean, what do you think, Jay? Like, I mean, would you rather have Jimmy Garoppolo or Ryan Fitzpatrick? I mean, right now, I guess Jimmy, because Ryan's retired and old.
Obviously, but we're talking. All right, we'll say 5 years ago, Jimmy G was in the league.
But he was young.
But I don't know if he was a star. When did he go to San Francisco?
It must have been like
within the last
17, 18. Yeah,
okay,
somewhere around there.
All right, so we'll say 3 years ago. Fitzpatrick was still in the league 3 years ago.
Well, I mean,
would you rather take Fitzpatrick or Jimmy G?
Well, this is the thing. Jimmy G was young and he's handsome and he studied under Tom Brady, so he's going to be amazing. He's just so mid, bro. Like, I can't with him. That's part of the reason I was so hype on Trey Lance is that because, I mean, there's nothing that ever excites me about Jimmy Garoppolo other than my pants and my pants. Because he's handsome.
He is a handsome cat. I'll tell you that. I totally... I don't agree with him kind of throwing some shade at the coaches for, reworking his contract to be the backup. And then, of course, every reporter was like, how do you feel about that?
Yeah, right.
And then, I forget exactly what he said, but, it was kind of dogging on the coaches and the management for doing. And now, obviously, they needed him, so they're happy that they didn't get rid of him. But is it him shaking off the rust from not playing 2 weeks and practicing on the side, not with the starters, with no names?
What rust is he shaking off?
That's what I'm asking.
Like, how much better is he going to be? He's never been good, I think.
I mean, yeah. There's probably some truth to the rust because, I mean,
sure.
Even the guys that have been playing in the preseason all look like shit.
Sure.
So, I mean, less preseason and he's getting less time.
Hardly any preseason. Dude, I don't think he. I mean, he
wasn't there until his contract.
But he didn't. Yeah, he didn't.
I just meant like in general.
Right. I don't think did he even play in the preseason?
No, because he wasn't even part of the team because of his contract. But the thing with Jimmy is like shaking off the rust to do what? Like, can you guys think of like a Jimmy G like dart throw down the field?
No, not in this game.
In general.
I mean,
even last year, most of his big plays were.
I mean, you can't knock the guy for beating the Packers in the NFC Championship twice.
Sure, but like
I don't believe. Trust me, I don't think he was the reason why. They have a great defense.
But that's like anybody like that wants to tell you that like Trent Dilfer was good because he won a Super Bowl.
I don't disagree with that.
You know what I'm saying? It's the same concept. Trent Dilfer's good. He won a Super Bowl.
Right.
Or was he on the 2000 Ravens? Like, that happened to have a fantastic defense and a great running game, right? Like,
right. That's actually, you bring that up. It's funny because I saw this. I forget exactly. I think it was on Twitter somewhere that people were saying Josh Allen's better than Patrick Mahomes, but people disagree with that because Mahomes won a Super Bowl.
Well, Mahomes got more accolades in general: Super Bowl and NFL MVP.
MVP,
okay.
Sure, okay,
sure.
But does that make him better than Josh Allen?
I mean, you're splitting hairs.
That's what I mean.
I think at that point,
I'm not agreeing or disagreeing with either way. Josh Allen's a great quarterback. We know it. Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. We know it.
Right.
So it was just something that I saw on social media, and I was like, man, how are they even comparing that already? Like, and then your point about Trent Dilfer is somebody in the comments brought that up, and it's like, you literally just said Trent Dilfer was a good quarterback because he won a Super Bowl. That was word for word the comment. So it's like...
Here's some Super Bowl winning quarterbacks named for you. Mark Rippon. Jeff Hostetler, who I like. I like Jeff Hostetler because he was a Raider for a while.
Yeah.
But he was my favorite quarterback when I was like in the 90s. Right? Mark Rippon, Jeff Hostetler, Trent Dilfer. I mean, Eli Manning. He's never... Like, Eli Manning was better than mid, but pretty mid. How about that? Brad Johnson.
The thing of Eli Manning, he became more mid as he
That's true.
went on.
Eli's better than all those guys, Brad Johnson and those kind of guys.
for sure.
Here's one. Nick Foles. So, like,
Big Dick Nick.
just because you win a Super Bowl doesn't mean you're a good quarterback. But, I mean, Patrick Mahomes is a good quarterback.
Right, that's what I mean.
But-
I agree. Patrick Mahomes is definitely a good quarterback.
Jay, is Jimmy G a good quarterback? Take your Trey Lance hate aside. Is Jimmy G a good quarterback?
He's an okay to possibly a good quarterback. He's in the NFL, so I mean, they're all technically
I think this, you know what I think speaks
guess.
volumes about Jimmy G is that the Seahawks went into the season with Geno Smith and Drew Lock and was like, nah, we're not going to trade for Jimmy G.
I don't think that says anything about Jimmy G, though. I think that just says something
or
about...
maybe they did try and get Jimmy G and the 49ers are like, nah, because Trey Lance sucks.
Maybe.
They reworked his contract to be a backup because they were running with Trey Lance. I mean, that's what it was.
Yeah. And he's going to get fucking paid now, so I mean...
With them reworking the contract, there had to be some doubt in their mind that Trey Lance isn't going to work out.
Well,
Exactly.
No, because the fact that they paid him as a backup, they said, you're our backup. It's a 1-year deal. It doesn't matter. So it's
They
not
didn't-
like...
they're
it's,
not, yeah, but they didn't pay him as
Yeah,
backup.
but they could have easily
They
cut him.
restructured his contract to be like, you might be playing at this sometime this year, so you're gonna
only
if you play, you're gonna
only
get paid.
if he played. Yeah. And I think that's more because that's what Jimmy wanted. Like, if I play, that's what I'm going to get. I'm going to get paid.
Right.
And Jimmy, like, I guarantee you if Jimmy goes into next year free agent, yeah, he'll get signed, but it's not going to be like a fucking Kirk Cousins deal.
No, he's definitely not getting a Kirk Cousins.
You know what I mean? Like, Kirk Cousins, people say, is mid. Kirk Cousins is a lot better than Jimmy G.
I'll agree with that.
Right? Like, no?
So-
You know?
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
So imagine this now. 49ers are back in the NFC Championship with Jimmy G, and we'll say they...
I can't see it. They're all dying.
Exactly. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just using it as an example. Do they pay Jimmy G, or do they let him walk?
If you made that commitment to Trey, you got to let him walk at that point. Because at that point, you can bring in another mid backup, and just move on. Here's the thing. There's something weird in the air in California because so far the 49ers has lost their starting quarterback, their starting running back, their starting tight end. Debo ain't far behind. No offense to you guys. Maybe he'll be all right. But, like...
Don't you fucking dare.
But now, it's stick with California. Let's go over to the Los Angeles Chargers. They have lost Guyton for the year, right?
True.
Herbert's down. Bosa's out for a while.
Yeah,
Yep.
he'll miss 8 weeks, I think.
Yeah,
they said,
so,
because
like, what is it? What is it with
It's across the whole league, though.
That is true.
And it goes back to the fucking preseason. Last
Totally
preseason,
agree.
these guys they all look like shit. They're all getting fucking hurt.
Even the Bills out here on the East Coast, you're right.
Yeah.
The
And
Bills.
The Bills have never really had injury issues,
Right.
but you can't avoid them forever.
Well, everyone wants to
So
be...
I think that this year is just them catching up to the rest of the league.
Well, everybody wants to be down on the Bills because they lost to the Dolphins.
Right.
But, like, look at our garbage, end quote, garbage secondary held Tua and those receivers to under 200 yards total offense. They did awesome.
Well, if you look at it, too, like all the fucking Dolphins fans are, like, all, like, fucking shitting on us.
Duncan.
It's like, no Trey White, no Poyer, no Hyde.
No
Dane
Jackson.
No Dane Jackson.
And no Dane Jackson. And then the next
No
four
Oliver.
guys, the next four starting secondary had a combined 3 fucking NFL starts. And then you lose another one of your starting cornerbacks for that game.
Yep.
So, like, what the fuck?
And we held the pair of
our
highest paid
rookie-
receivers.
Our rookie fucking shut down your receivers.
Yep.
So
They did.
They went off for 360-something yards, I think, between the two of them against Baltimore.
Yep.
And the Bills practice squad, if you will, held them to
Like 140?
170, I
70
think, was
something
the
like
total.
that. Yeah. Like, so I'm not down on the Bills. I never said the Bills secondary was bad.
Actually, I don't
They
know
were
if it
great.
was even that much because Tyreek Hill was pretty much irrelevant.
And
He
then
made a couple catches.
I think
but,
Waddle had about
Waddle
10.
had the long play.
Yeah, like 110 or something.
So
I mean, the Bills, the injuries. It's such a weird year. And I was saying this in the Coffee with Chaz segment. Like, do you guys know who am I? Ready? Who am I? I'm the number 1 running back in fantasy football this week.
this week?
Yes, for the week. Who am
Are
I?
you talking about Lamar Jackson?
No,
Are you
I said
actually
running back.
an actual
No,
running
I'm
back?
the number one running back on the week for fantasy football this week. This week.
Herbert.
James Robinson?
Khalil Herbert.
Oh, Khalil Herbert. That's right.
James Robinson's
157 yards and 2 touchdowns.
And
after
James-
Montgomery went down.
number 1 and 2 are Khalil Herbert and James Robinson.
James Robinson.
Are you
guy.
kidding me?
My fucking guy.
Are you kidding me? That's where the NFL is, and I think 3. I don't remember who 3 was, but still, in general, like that's where it is. And I said this on the Coffee with Chaz segment. It's like the quarterbacks were all garbage or mid. I mean, Mahomes was mid this week. Josh was great.
Oh, believe me, I'm aware.
Lamar Jackson was great. Herbert was kind of crappy. I know he's hurt, but I'm just saying in general. Running backs. How's JT doing? What's your first overall pick?
Dog shit.
Right? How is Christian McCaffrey doing? I mean, he's mid.
Speaking of Jonathan Taylor, we didn't even bring up his toe injury that held him out of practice today.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, could be a little issue of the,
and something
of the
McCaffrey,
turfies.
McCaffrey with the quad. All of a
Oh,
sudden,
you didn't know that? But judging by the look on Jay's face right now, guys, I don't think he knew about the
I
injury.
kind of do because I got 57 updates and it was just injury, and I was like, oh fuck this out.
And
One of those was Jonathan Taylor. He did not practice today.
Everyone has is questionable on my fucking team right now. So.
And McCaffrey with the quad, and it's scary.
I told you
he
was
might
gonna be hurt this year.
he might miss a week or two. But I was gonna say he's been playing mid, but
everyone has.
What I was
honestly,
excited.
The entire league has been mid this year.
Eckler.
Who's been good?
Jalen
Hurts,
Hurts, Lamar Jackson,
Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Let's talk about running backs. Who's
Running backs, Saquon Barkley.
You're welcome. Shut the
James
fuck up.
Robinson.
James Robinson, we
yeah.
talked about.
And that's about it.
I mean,
who's
Nick.
the other one that we
I
missed?
think Nick Chubb's number 1, but I don't think he's dynamic. He had a really big game.
He had one game that he scored 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, so
He hasn't been that great.
DeAndre Swift was good, but he's hurt.
Swift has been okay.
And
He
he's
got hurt now.
Cordell Patterson,
Sure.
been awesome.
He had a good game.
Cordell Patterson. No, he's had 2 of 3. I mean, Cordell Patterson's been really good.
Wide
And-
receivers haven't been that great.
Yeah, who's the number 1 receiver off the top of our heads? Might be Kupp because of his first 2 weeks.
It is Cooper Kupp.
But he had a dud this last week.
He doesn't have the touchdowns right now. He has the yards. So he's leading in yards.
Ready? Here I go. Who am I? I am a receiver in the NFL, and I scored 14 yards in fantasy football this week.
He had 14 yards.
Yeah, who am I?
It could have been a number.
Justin
of,
Jefferson.
Yeah, I was
Could've
going to
been
say,
a
I was
number
going
of
to say Justin
receivers,
Jefferson.
yards,
Yeah.
Justin Jefferson, right? Crazy. This NFL is absurd right now.
Oh yeah, it's crazy.
You know who are the only really good calls and picks are Travis Kelce and Mark Andrews.
True.
They're really
fuck Mark Andrews.
But they're really
agree.
they're really the only ones that were projected to be 1 and 2, and they're 1 and 2 by a fucking mile. By a mile and a half.
Your first, second, third round picks have not been first, second, third round picks this year in fantasy.
Nope.
True. I mean, anyone in that first round except maybe Kupp, but he had a stinker now.
He was a down. I mean, let's see. Country music
He
superstar.
only had a rushing touchdown. That was it.
He did. And let's
He had
see.
under 20 points.
For a guy that's projected
25 points.
25
weekly.
points every week, 20 to 25 points, he did. So 31, almost 32, 31.80 actually, 31.8 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
And then last week was 16.4.
Right. That's a down week for him.
It's a down week for him, but I would have taken 6. Let's see, who's my receivers? I would have taken 16 from Deebo Samuel. He only got me 12.
He's got Jimmy now. So he's got to rely on taking dump passes probably because Jimmy's not going to bomb down the field.
Which is what he did last year. Well, I'm hoping that Jimmy G.
But they put in his clause new things, and they're not going to run him like they used to
Right.
because they'll have to pay him more, and they are paying Jimmy more.
Right.
So I don't know. I'm a little worried about Deebo for the rest of the year. No, I'm not to upset you, but I'm a little worried about Deebo for the rest.
I have the same exact concerns as you do, and have he got his big contract. He's one of the top paid wide receivers now, and he fought to be paid like a wide receiver and not a running back.
Because those contracts all.
So, because running back contracts are garbage.
Well, yeah. Because they're
And
smart.
he saw all the wide receivers getting paid. He was, I think he was like the 10th wide receiver in the offseason to get paid, I believe, behind all the other receivers. If I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure he was towards the end of it. So, I don't know. I have concerns as well, but only because he's on my team.
I'm going to give you guys another weird fantasy football stat. And my mind's blown right now. I'm double checking something because it is absurd. Okay. Wow. Whoa, are you fucking kidding me? Okay. Here's the number. 28. And what does that number indicate? Any guess? 28. What does that
Fantasy
indicate?
points per week?
No, that's not it. What do you think? What could 28 rank? 28. Tom Brady's quarterback overall ranking.
Oh, yeah.
28th overall
He's the
quarterback.
28th quarterback.
But,
in the year now.
and I'm not just dunking on you, I almost called you Dave. I don't know why. You, Jay. Because at 26 is Aaron Rodgers. 26. Now, let me go back up a page here to the top 25. 25. Let me dunk on you, Chalupa Batman. Russell Wilson. 23, Matthew Stafford. Let me give you some names, Jay, of people.
I know one guy that's
of people.
ahead of all of those.
Well, I was going to say, let me give you some names that people are ahead of Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. I'm going to give you some random names here. Trevor Lawrence, Jared Goff,
Yep.
Marcus Mariota, Carson Wentz, Jacoby Brissett,
Brisket.
Geno Smith,
That's outrageous.
Mac Jones,
He's
well,
dead.
for now.
Yeah,
Mitchell
he's dead.
Trubisky, Daniel Jones. These guys have more friggin' points than Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady. Ridiculous. That is a ridiculous stat of fantasy football.
That is pretty crazy. It's been a down year for Tom Brady, and I'm really...
And Aaron Rodgers.
And Aaron Rodgers.
I mean, they were both right there.
Yeah. Oh, my God. It's crazy to think that people were drafting Tom Brady going, man, he threw the most touchdowns in the league last year. Let's get some more
By
of that.
people, you mean me and Jay?
I said the same thing.
Right, yeah.
I drafted him in 2 of my leagues. I just traded him in one of my leagues, actually. I'm 0-3. I'll give you guys the trade really quick.
Go ahead.
I traded Tom Brady and CeeDee Lamb, and I got in return Kyle.
Breathe, buddy.
Kyler Murray, Tyler Lockett,
Oh, my goodness.
and Kyle Pitts.
I'm okay with Pitts because he's going to be better.
I'm 0-3.
Is he?
I think so.
I think he has better days
He's
to
getting a
come.
little
I
bit
think Kyler Murray has better days to come as well.
He's not running the ball.
He's not running the ball, which is really,
And watch
really
out, y'all.
upsetting.
The Modern Warfare or the Call of Duty beta comes out this weekend, so stay off of.
The beta was already out.
That's
Oh, was
right.
it last weekend?
Yeah, it was last weekend.
Okay,
It's
because
done
I just
already.
heard about that. And I thought
Yeah,
that
it's
would
done.
be.
But it does come out next month, so we look forward to Kyler.
All right, guys. Our first round picks of our podcast league: Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Kareem Hunt, or not Kareem Hunt. Sorry, that's my guy. Jonathan Taylor, Christian McCaffrey, Austin Eckler. Who's doing the best right now?
I think it's Austin Eckler.
You're thinking it's Eckler? What do you think, Jay?
Actually, Christian
it's-
McCaffrey is probably up there too. He had better.
I don't know.
He had
I'm gonna
more-
say JT only because he had like a 30-point opening week.
JT has 46.9 points.
Yeah.
Christian McCaffrey has 46 even. So they're right there. And Austin Eckler has 42.9.
Yeah,
So they're all
JT.
around the same area.
People
But-
better than them. Here's the list. I'll give you guys the top 10.
James Robinson.
James Robinson.
Because Taylor's 10.
Yeah, we talked about it already.
So McCaffrey's 11. Taylor's 10. Eckler isn't too far. Eckler's
He's probably
13.
13, yeah.
So 13. Gibson's 12. Okay, McCaffrey's 11. Taylor's 10. Khalil Herbert's 9. Jamal Williams is 8. Aaron Jones is 7. My guy, Cordell Patterson, is 6. My guy, DeAndre Swift, is 5. Clyde Edwards-Helaire, oh my God,
Wow.
is 4.
Stupid.
He's in the top 5.
Yeah.
Is 4. James Robinson is 3. Nick Chubb is 1. And that leaves at 67.8 points, number 1 running back so far this year, Saquon Barkley.
Yeah.
So, what?
Chubb is 2, Barkley's
Yeah,
1.
Chubb, and they're close. So, well, actually, Quan's got 3 more points. But in general, like Quan is 67, Nick Chubb is 64, and then Robinson's 58. Like they're
And Khalil Herbert's only up there because he had 157 fucking yards in one game.
right.
And
So
2
if
touchdowns.
he
Yeah, 2
didn't do
touchdowns.
that, Christian and Jonathan Taylor both be top 10. So and I was going to say about Christian McCaffrey, it was actually the biggest surprise for me with him this week is that he ran the ball for 100 yards.
Yeah, he just didn't score.
You don't get that a lot from him.
No,
you
you don't.
usually get like
You get 100
70
passing
yards
yards.
rushing and like 80 yards receiving.
Right.
So here's my
they're
question.
not really using him in the passing game.
Here's my question.
Or they might be, and it's just not doing anything.
Well, no, he's only getting like 2 targets a game because this is my question. Jay, you have him. How good is DJ Moore doing?
He's dog shit, and I hate the two of you for saying that he was going to be good this year.
Adam, how good is receiving wise Christian McCaffrey doing?
Not great.
How good was Odell Beckham Jr. in Cleveland?
Not good.
How good, like fantasy leading the league was Nick Chubb in Cleveland?
Not good.
What
I think
do
what
all
you're
these
getting- I
what do
think
all these
what-
people have in
I
common
think what
here?
you're getting at is that Baker Mayfield is their quarterback.
Is there something to be said about that?
I've been saying it all along that I didn't think he was that good.
I never thought Baker was
I
good.
never
so
thought he was going to be good. I remember
I
when
always said he was
I
like
remember
Tyrod
that-
Taylor 2.0.
Yeah,
So
I remember when that draft, people were like, "Oh, everybody should want Baker Mayfield. He's this big quarterback with a big arm and this and that." And I'm like, I don't see that. First,
he's
of
not
all.
even that big.
He was-
only
he's not even
6
that big.
foot.
He's just more a
Yeah.
swag guy. He's just more of a
Yeah,
swag guy.
he's got the swag. Yeah.
And I liked him. He was my number 1. Josh Allen was my number 2 that year. But I mean,
I never had
it's
Baker
not hard
up
to
there.
say that. But Baker's coming off
never
of
liked
winning the
Baker.
Heisman. You know what I mean? It's like it was good, but like
you know who else won the Heisman? Robert Griffin III.
Lamar Jackson. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, okay. Lamar Jackson is an anomaly.
Robert the Griffin III. That was also Rookie of the Year, and so was Baker Mayfield. So I mean,
That doesn't mean they're good. They just outprove. They just it's saying that Robert Griffin III and Baker Mayfield were Rookie of the Year. All they did was beat out other shitty rookies.
Robert Griffin beat out Trent Richardson, but like he also beat out Andrew
My
Luck.
point exactly.
He beat out Andrew Luck and Russell Wilson for that.
Andrew Luck didn't play his rookie year.
Yes, he did.
Did he?
Yeah, Robert
don't-
won.
I
They were
thought
the
he-
top.
I didn't think he
they
started.
They were the top 2 for the Rookie of the Year because that was the year Peyton went over to the Broncos.
Oh, that's right.
So like he beat Trent
that was
Richardson,
what,
who's
2000
actually really good.
When was Luck drafted? It had to be
12.
like it was 2000. Was it 2012?
12, yeah, 2012. So like that, like
Yeah, you're right. He did.
so. I mean, the thing is like Baker is like he doesn't use his weapons because. But does that mean he's good or bad? Because like he's not forcing the ball to anybody. Laviska Shenault had a big game because why? Maybe because he was open and he's not forcing the ball to anybody. They're not. I mean, there's something with Baker that doesn't
time
compute.
and time again, short quarterbacks generally don't work out. So
This is Drew Brees. That's like the only one that ever really
Kyler
did
Murray.
it. He's not working out.
That's what
That's
I mean.
what he just said, yeah. He
Like
said short
Baker
quarterbacks
Mayfield,
don't work
Kyler
out.
Murray,
I don't think Baker's all that
Tyrod
good.
Taylor.
I think Baker might not be all that good. He just, at least for fantasy football, it seems like, I mean, I'd hate to use this term. We could use something else, I guess, but he seems like he's like fantasy football cancer. You know, just like
Carolina's not that good to begin with either, so I mean, there's part of that.
Why not, though? Why can't they be with Christian
should be.
McCaffrey,
They should
DJ
be.
Moore? Like,
Yeah, but I mean, they
They
haven't
were
really been winning.
they were 3-0 last year.
without Baker.
They were 3-0 last year with Sam Darnold, and Sam Darnold got hurt, and then it came back. But like, whatever. I'm not touting Sam Darnold, but they have like a decent
Sam Darnold's
squad.
not that good either.
So having Christian McCaffrey on there, it's like Mike Trout on the fucking Angels. They're never gonna fucking win, and he's the best player in baseball. So
These guys dropping baseball references over here. Mike Trout was
Whatever.
good
He's not wrong, though.
10 years ago,
Yeah.
right? No, he's still good. I like Mike
he's
Trout.
still
I mean, they paid him.
They certainly
$500 million.
paid him.
yeah.
They certainly paid him. That's baseball's crazy. I don't know. That's just something I wanted to talk about. So let's get into our Get Dunked On section right now.
Instead of swing, Xavier goes down the middle, slam dunk.
Get dunked on, bro.
All right, Jay, let's start with you. Who are you dunking on today, bro?
This was gonna be my opening guy for RU High, but
I said these could be interchangeable.
Kenny Galladay.
Wow, I did not expect that,
All
but
right,
I
let's
kind
hear
of
it.
dig it. Let's hear it.
Guys bitching that he's not involved in the fucking passing game and all this other shit. Gets one right in the fucking chest. Fucking catches it and then he just like lets it go.
He had a couple drops in that game that I said as soon as he dropped them, I'm like, this guy was crying that he didn't get involved.
Yeah, for sure.
And now he got involved and he fucked it up.
Yeah, like he literally caught the one that was like right in his chest, and it looks like he just was like, fuck this.
Maybe
just let it drop.
Maybe he couldn't stand that smoke from Daniel Jones.
It's definitely not that.
I definitely. I'm gonna go next because I have a good one.
Wait, you gotta finish it off, Jay.
Oh, Kenny Galladay.
Get dunked on, bro.
All right, what you got, Adam?
I could have used this for my I'm So High as well.
Right.
And either way, it sounds better. It does in this segment or whatever. I'm dunking on Russell Wilson, and not
That didn't take long.
not for his play in Denver, but for the stupid fucking commercial that he put out for Subway. Having these freaking dangerous wraps because it's a secret menu item or some bullshit from the vault. What a dumb fucking commercial that was, and I can't believe Subway wanted this guy to do this fucking commercial.
So you're not dunking on him for his horrible quarterback play. It's for his horrible commercial.
I'm literally dunking on him for, first of all, agreeing to do this fucking dumbass commercial. And I'm dunking on Subway for allowing this fucking idiot to ruin their product. So Subway and Russell Wilson get dunked on, bro.
Dude, he is the biggest nerd, I think, in the NFL.
Are you fucking
He should
kidding
be
me?
banned from social media because they are just so cringe.
He is such
Oh my
a
god!
nerd.
When you are playing football or any professional sport, I totally agree with that. Do not go on social media at all. I don't care if it's for a fucking commercial. Fine. No. This fucking dumb commercial that he put out, it was like 2 minutes long.
It was so long.
Literally talking about
It
a
was
rap.
the weirdest fucking thing
Hey,
ever,
Adam,
too.
you ever do anything dangerous? Yeah, me too. I did that too.
But I won't talk about
I'm
that.
I can't talk about it.
Like, it's so dumb.
Too dangerous. I'm like, bro, you ain't even dangerous. Get out of here. I saw this video today,
He's
and
trying to be a bad boy all of a sudden.
I immediately went to I'm So High and get dunked on.
That could have been. He was probably
Maybe
really high.
that's
that
why he's
video.
dangerous.
Holy shit.
He's in Denver. Maybe he's getting high now.
But get the fuck out of here, Russell Wilson. Get dunked on, bro.
Wow. Well, you know what I got to say to that, Adam?
I love that one.
That was good.
That
That
was
was good.
good.
And again, this could have been I'm so high right now, but I'm going to get dunked on, bro. All right. You ready to see who I'm going to dunk on? I'm going to dunk on country music superstar Eric Van Houten.
Oh, boy.
Country music superstar Eric Van Houten, thank you so much for either being so high or in the morning when I offered you this trade. But I'm about to dunk on you because
For accepting it.
For accepting the trade. Here it is. Now, mind you, it's a Saturday morning before before Sunday's games. I gave, and I said on the podcast, I have Darrell Henderson Jr. on the trade block. So the trade went this. I gave up Darrell Henderson Jr. and Alan Lazard, who did score a touchdown.
He did.
And Darrell Henderson seems like he's losing his starting running back job to Cam Akers now.
Uh-oh.
And I traded them for Jay's boy, Logan Thomas, who I'm trying to make a trade with. But I have Travis Kelce, so that's nothing. And I got Devontae Smith back. And country music superstar Eric Van Houten didn't even have Devontae Smith starting, had him on the bench. So that's why I went after him. He couldn't be happier to get away with Devontae Smith this week. And Adam, was Devontae Smith this week pretty good?
I believe he was the top receiver of the week.
He was the number one receiver in fantasy football for the week, and I believe he had
149 yards.
I think it was 169.
169.
Like it's like 11 for 169 and a touchdown,
And
a sick touchdown,
and a nice tutty for sure.
A sick touchdown. He's had so far. I think he had like 30 points. Say, week 1 he had 0. Week 2 he had about 18, and now he's up to 30. I pounced on him right at the right time. I totally won this trade.
Well,
I am now 2-1. Eric is now 0-3.
it wouldn't be a fantasy football season without you ripping someone off in a trade. So
I mean, was it?
that's your specialty. That's your go-to. So
That's what I do. That's why Jay won't trade with me. I send him trades. He won't even accept or deny them. He just lets them flounder.
He just lets them expire.
yeah, because Chaz knows that they're always garbage, so I just don't acknowledge them.
He's in trade purgatory. They sit there until they expire, and then
I know
nothing
Jay.
happens.
I know Jay wants Logan Thomas. I'll send him an offer or two. It's fine.
Let me. I even got a text from my brother about you.
Oh boy.
Uh-oh.
I sent him a trade too.
I got a guy.
Oh, I know.
I got a guy in one of my leagues.
Country music, Eric Van Houten, get dunked on, bro.
Love that. That's great. That was a really good trade for you. I have a guy in one of my leagues who we decided to go to a keeper league this year, and one of the rules is you get to keep 3 players. Okay, you lose the draft pick, you lose the draft round that you pick the player in. So let's say you draft Josh Allen first overall. If you wanted to keep Josh Allen, you don't have a first round pick next year. Essentially, Josh Allen has become your first round pick.
Yes,
and you get 3 of those. So it could be any round, any player. As long as you have that round, you can trade draft picks. Let me see if I can pull up the first trade he made. He didn't draft Josh Allen, mind you. He drafted some other quarterback later on. Let's see if they have it that far. I think Yahoo can go back.
Well, he's looking. Jay, what do you got pulled up?
So Thursday, 11:52 a.m., I get the text. 3 constants. Death, taxes, shitty Tony trade requests.
I love that.
Who's that from your brother?
Yes.
So, okay, so here was the trade. He had Justin Herbert. He drafted Justin Herbert in like the 3rd round. But he wanted Josh Allen. That was his guy that he went for. So the trade was Nick Chubb, Justin Herbert, Kyle Pitts, Juju Smith-Schuster, Terry McLaurin, a 2nd-round pick, and a 4th-round pick for next year. For Gabriel Davis, Zach Ertz, Josh Allen, an 8th round and a 9th round pick. That's what he gave up to get Josh Allen at the 1st overall pick. So
That's
now,
crazy.
right. So this guy, he happens to be my cousin. He's an awesome dude, and we always shit on him because he makes the absolute shittiest trades. He wants your best players, and he's the guy that gives you the bench guys. Oh, this guy's sitting on my bench, but I'll take Devontae Adams for him. You know, it's like an Alan Lazard for Christian McCaffrey and some other player. Those kinds of trades.
Are you talking about Chaz right now? Right?
That reminded me of it. So my point of this whole thing is he is in panic mode now because he gave up so much to get Josh Allen. And somehow he's 2-1. So it ended up working out somewhat in his favor, but it's because Josh Allen puts up like 30 to 40 points in this league.
Yeah.
So he sent me – so he ended up having Alan Lazard and then Michael Gallup at some point, and he just kept offering me these shitty trades, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you keep ignoring him, he ends up dropping these players anyway.
Okay.
He ended up dropping Alan Lazard and Michael Gallup, to which I ended up picking them both up.
Yeah.
So I now have them both on my team. Actually, the Lazard was a trade. I ended up trading like Jerry Jeudy or something for Alan Lazard. Whatever. Worked out in nobody's favor because they both suck. So I ended up getting Michael Gallup, but now every single day until game day, from Monday to Sunday afternoon, he sends me trades, and all of them have been for Alan Lazard and Michael Gallup. And I'm like,
he's trying to get them back.
He's trying to get them back. But I have the guy who is always willing to trade, and they're just such garbage trades.
Well, I try to buy players low. Derrick Henry's been kind of crappy the first couple weeks, right?
Sure.
So I tried to buy him low. And that's a bad trade to some people. When I offered 2 players for Derrick Henry, they're not bench players. It's not a bad trade to say.
No, I do the same thing.
Like I think I offered your brother in this league. I don't remember the exact trade, but it was Derrick Henry, and I think I offered him. Let me look at my roster real quick. Actually, I think I offered him. So for Derrick Henry, I'm pretty sure I offered him like Josh Jacobs, who I know he likes, and somebody like maybe it was A.J. Dillon or Michael Thomas. It was like my 3rd receiver or something. Tyler Boyd, somebody that was doing good. Because at that point, Derrick Henry had like 19 points in 2 games.
Yeah.
And Josh Jacobs has about 19 points in 2 games plus a receiver. So I was trying to buy him low. Like, it's not a bad move. You don't have to accept it.
No, it's a fine.
He's all fired up now.
It's a fine tactic. It really is.
It's not like
people value. The thing with fantasy football is that guys get attached to their players,
right?
And you get a certain value in your head, and you're like, oh, can't believe you would offer me that. And like you said, Derrick Henry having 19 points in 2 games, and he didn't even have 100 yards in 2 games. I don't think.
Yeah, no. He didn't even have 19 points because he only had like 6 against the Bills. Right? So offering like a Josh Jacobs
and Ezekiel Elliott might have been appealing to somebody, but they're like, oh, I can't give up Derrick Henry. He's one of the best players in the league.
Right.
Even though I'm giving you 2 running backs. Okay, they're not stars. They're not studs right at the moment. But Zeke had a better game against the Giants. He scored a touchdown.
Yeah, he did. But this was before that.
The Raiders
But it was before.
The Raiders are dead, though.
The Raiders are in trouble, I think. Unfortunately, at 0-3.
That should have been your dunk down.
All their games are close, but I mean it is what it is. So I don't think like Jay. I offered a trade to Jay. He didn't take it. There was 2 trades. It was like a 2-for-1 for Michael Pittman, and I believe I offered you Logan Thomas and Devontae Smith for Michael Pittman, and you didn't even accept it.
I didn't even look.
Now,
at
how
that
you
one.
feel?
Wow.
How do you feel now?
It is what it is.
Right. So that
offer is no longer on the board.
No, that offer was way off the table. So, like, you would have got the guy that you want, Logan Thomas, plus Devontae Smith, who is better than Michael Pittman right now in fantasy football in general. So it's just like, just because you think it's an offensive trade.
Michael Pittman's up there, though, is he not?
No, he already missed a game. He already missed the whole game.
He did miss a game.
He missed a game. Yeah.
So, like, it's not necessarily like, you never know. It's not about what they did last week. It's about what they do next week. Okay. And sometimes it's like you try to find that next guy. I was trying to buy Derrick Henry low, and that was all, right? And like I was trying to buy Michael Pittman low, and I'm glad you didn't take it because I'm happier moving forward with the Philly offense and Jalen Hurts. I'm much more comfortable having Devontae Smith than Michael Pittman with Matt Ryan.
Couldn't agree more.
So like I'm happy, like, and that's just the way shit works sometimes, and that's the way it is. So Jay Coleman, get done now. All right, Adam, let's hear your victory lap. Why don't you start it off?
My victory lap.
Hang on one second.
Time for a victory lap.
All right, let's hear your victory lap.
My victory lap. Finally. Adam Thielen coming through. 18 points with the tutty. Hopefully more good things to come. A Justin Jefferson drawn pass interference penalty brought him to the 1 yard line, and Adam Thielen caps it off just like I knew he would. My victory lap this week is Adam Thielen getting me 18 points.
All right, Jay, what do you have for a victory lap?
Oh my God, James Robinson, man!
Hell
SETN season is dead.
He had a good game too.
Fuck that guy.
He had his best game yet.
It's all about James
That
Robinson.
was his best game. I think he only had like 10 points, but
both did.
His rushing attempts have been going up.
What a game, and I know Herbert was hurt, but like they murdered the Chargers. It has nothing to do with just Herbert.
How about a moral victory lap for the Jaguars?
Right?
Beating up on the Chargers.
Wow, what a game. Like, sorry.
That's what the Jags do, man. They beat up on us, beating up on the fucking Chargers. Although fucking Herbert's like half dead and no Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen's coming back though.
Not official as of Wednesday night.
Jay, when did you draft James Robinson? How late?
Pretty late.
It had to be
pretty late.
15.
Pretty late.
Beyond the 15th round, right? Maybe.
Yeah. No, maybe like 13, 14, somewhere around
probably.
there.
That's pretty good value there.
Damn good value.
Good victory lap.
And you said he's number 2 in fantasy football right now?
3 or 4.
Yeah.
It's 2 on the week, but 3 or 4 in
he's
general.
like top 5.
Here's my victory lap. And this is going to hurt Adam.
Is it the Bengals?
No. No victory lap on that. The Bengals should have whomped who they whomped. I mean, that's great. Like, and even though I foolishly
put up 100 at him, and he would still be like that.
I foolishly went against my train of thought, my rankings, and I took Jamar Chase over Stephon Diggs, and I regret it every day because you fuckers made him seem like he was going to be good. So I foolishly.
Now he blames us.
No, I went against it.
Kind of like how you made DJ Mars good.
Oh yeah, because comparing
and the year before that, comparing
an early second round pick to like a 6th round pick, and Antonio Gibson was top 10, bitch. Anyway,
last year he sucked.
He's top 10. Anyway, here's my victory lap: the Philadelphia Eagles defense.
Yeah, coming up big.
I took them in every league, and I did drop them in a couple ones, but I kept them in the Fantasy Football Bros podcast league. They fucking dominated every week almost, but they dominated Washington.
And it's funny because you didn't think Washington was going to be okay. And Carson Wentz was throwing 300-plus yards and 3 touchdowns.
Carson Wentz is top 10 quarterback
He's
right
a
now.
top 10 quarterback right now, and the Eagles just completely blanketed him.
Domination. I mean, sacks, picks. They had, I believe, a shutout, and I think like there was like a pick six on the other side or something like that.
There was not
recovery.
because Jalen Hurts had 3 touchdowns.
That doesn't mean he didn't throw an interception. There was
He
something
didn't.
where their defense scored or their special teams.
Oh, Carson
didn't-
Wentz might have thrown an interception.
No.
But it wasn't a pick six.
There was something where Philly's defense let a touchdown in, but it didn't count against the Philly defense. I could have been like I don't know.
I thought they
ended up
I thought
letting
it was
a
like
touchdown.
24-3.
They ended up letting a touchdown in later.
Oh, I
too.
don't remember that.
But like they kept them out of the end zone. They sacked him like I think it was 62 times last week, something like that.
They got to him.
And just in general, they have been one of the best fantasy defenses, if not the best fantasy football defenses in the league. And I know I'm high on Philly in general, but just I called out their defense. I drafted them every league. Okay, here we go. Total yards per game in the NFL. They are first in the NFL, and there's their defense. They're fourth in passing yards, and they're seventh in rushing yards, and that puts them at first overall defense. So like. They're just killing it. They're absolutely killing it. So that's my victory rap. The Philadelphia defense.
Yeah. I actually just picked them up in my other league that I was just talking about. But I also have Pittsburgh's defense against the Jets this week and Zach Milson coming back. So I'm kind of debating on who to start there.
Steelers.
I agree. Philly plays Jacksonville.
And look how
but with Jacksonville playing well, kind of a toss-up. But the Eagles' defense has been playing well, so I still think I go with Pittsburgh against the Jets.
Yeah, I would go. What do you think, Jay? I think I would go with Pittsburgh there.
Yeah, probably.
Well, guys, is there anything else you guys want to discuss? We're heading into week 4. I mean, we've got, I would say, the argument of the number 1 overall NFL MVP in Lamar Jackson versus the number 2 overall NFL MVP in Josh Allen right now. It's going to be a huge game. Are you going to argue me and say he's not number 1 right now?
Listen.
I'm asking you.
I never said...
Who's the favorite for NFL MVP?
I know it's Lamar Jackson.
Right?
I never said he was a bad quarterback.
Oh, my goodness.
Did I ever say he was bad?
I don't think so.
I just said I don't like him.
You guys are up to shenanigans.
Yeah.
I'm going to pull all these clips. He can't throw the ball. All he does is run. He can't throw the ball. He's a bad thrower of the football.
I am eating my words. I did say that.
Is he the
Lamar-
favorite?
Up until this year, he did not throw the ball. So.
Thank you.
He was MVP.
And that's what I meant. He was MVP for his running ability. He only threw the... We already had this discussion. Lamar Jackson just not... I am just not a fan of. That is why I...
But he's favored for MVP, I think,
yes,
right
he
now.
is. Correct.
And I would say
you
Josh
are right
is
about
second.
that. Josh is second.
Yeah.
Yes. And the only reason why is because Josh didn't win against Miami.
I do think even if Josh pulled out the win, I mean, Lamar's just... like he's getting those stats out there and winning. I mean, that's what it is. Like he's doing both, and same thing with Josh. I mean, it's just, but I just think Lamar's got the leg up on him right now because it turns into an individual award, not a team award at that point.
Exactly.
You know. So, what a game! What do you think is going to happen with the Bills this week?
I think the Bills bounce back. We're playing in Baltimore. Weather's going to be an issue. It's going to come. Yeah, they're saying that some of the weather from the hurricane down in Florida is going to come up this way.
Yes, and I hope everybody's safe out there. Please,
everybody down in Florida who had to evacuate and all that. We wish you the best and hope for the best. And
I mean, this hurricane does not seem like a joke, guys. Like,
yeah, it hit land today at a Category 4.
Yeah. Almost 5.
I'm pretty sure there's only 5 on the scale of
it
categories
was
in a
1
hurricane.
mile an hour away from being a 5.
So we're thoughts are with everybody down there, and hope everybody stays safe.
yeah, definitely. And I think the Bills are gonna win this game.
We're gonna bounce back.
I do think the Bills are going to bounce back, and I think
Our guys are going to run through a brick wall after that Ken Dorsey freak out.
Good for Ken Dorsey, by the way. We should talk about that. Even though I kind of dunked on
He
him.
was my honorary victory lap because That freak out was fucking great.
I keep seeing mixed feelings on that whole thing. He should be professional. Oh, I'm glad he has the passion. I love the passion. I love the fire. I would have done the same thing.
I was cool.
Oh, yeah.
I was totally
100%.
fine with it. And I was listening to the radio the other day, and somebody called in and said, I've been watching football for 25 plus years, and I've never seen a camera cut back to a coordinator in a booth at the end of the game like that, and so they just caught it at the wrong time, or he was freaking out.
He was acting like all of us.
Yeah,
that's what I was doing at that fucking time.
Same.
I mean, that's like all the players love it, and I know like McDermott was like, he's got to be better.
He has to say that.
PC McDermott.
Yeah, exactly. But
so
like all the guys love it.
I was okay with it.
Oh fuck, man! I wanted to run through a brick wall seeing that guy
no
freak
shit,
out.
dude. I almost jumped through the window.
Yeah. So I mean, whatever.
To think what Tua did to this defense.
Nothing.
No, to what Tua did to Baltimore's defense.
Oh, Baltimore? Yeah. We should have no problem.
Baltimore's
defense is not good.
As long as Josh is icing that arm up.
Dude, Miami put up 467 yards of offense.
No, that was just Tua.
Or I think it was just Tua.
That was Tua.
Yeah. So it had over 500 yards.
Wait, we got to put in Chase Edmonds. So 467 plus, so about
7
475 yards of offense.
Right. So with what Josh could do, oh man, I'm excited.
It's gonna be a good game, man. I'm excited for this one. Like,
yeah, for sure.
What a duel, man.
This game's going to be a duel.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this game's gonna be a duel. Like,
especially if our defense is still banged up as bad as it's looking
you guys better be way more afraid of Lamar Jackson than Tua.
I'm definitely more afraid of Lamar
100%.
Jackson than Tua.
100%.
I mean, I know they don't have as good as weapons as Tua has.
Yeah.
So, I mean, Bateman though has been playing well. Andrews looks unstoppable.
He always does.
Yeah.
Your boy Duvernay.
The guy gets kickoff returns and randomly finds the end zone every now and again. I love having him on my. I've been starting him every week. I just took him out of my lineup this week for Tyler Boyd. I'm playing Tyler Boyd tomorrow against Miami.
He's probably got more touchdowns than our guy.
So the Duvernay, I believe he does.
Oh yeah,
But
definitely.
He's
got 2 or 3.
Can I go ahead and end on another minor victory lap here?
Sure, go for it.
We avoided band practice today.
Yes, we did. Thank you guys. Thank you guys.
It sounds like they're getting ready, but
well, we had about 2 minutes of video, so hopefully next week I can get it again. We took about 20 minutes to set this camera up, and then the batteries went. But we'll see. You guys got a couple minutes of video, and then I'll get the charging thing, and we'll be good to go.
Well, maybe you won't be prissy next time. Be like, I need 8K. Bro, I need 8K.
Bro, they want to
3D.
see us.
He wants it in 3D.
They want to see us.
No one wants to see our ugly faces in 8K, 4K.
What do you guys?
720p is good.
What do you guys think about the
agree.
the 2 flex rule, the 2 flex thing we've been doing?
I like it. PPR. You throw
does it cause you to start a player you would never start? I feel like it does.
Yeah, I hate it, but I like it.
It does because most of my leagues, I wouldn't even think about starting Tyler Boyd.
Like right now,
especially with having Deebo Samuel, Mike Evans.
Who do you have?
Right now,
who do you have in your 2 flexes right now, Adam?
Right now, my flexes are Adam Thielen and Tyler Boyd.
That's great. You probably would never start Tyler Boyd.
That's what I mean. Yeah, I would never. In most of my leagues,
I think maybe Adam Thielen because Boyd's been pretty good this year, actually.
Yeah, and Thielen's game last week kind of gives me a little bit of hope. And they played New Orleans this week, so. And
to compound that, so you said Boyd and Thielen. So then, who are your 2 receivers? Deebo and Evans.
Deebo Samuel and Mike Evans is now coming back off suspension. So
that's pretty sick.
I haven't thrown.
What do you got yours pulled up, Jay?
Yeah.
So who's in your flexes?
AJ Dillon and Russell Gage.
So that's awesome. I think that's cool. Like, and then well, you got 2. You like me? I got 1 of each too. My 2 starting flexes are it's set up a certain way because of an injury. I have Keenan Allen in a flex, but he's my number 1.
Sure.
So basically, my 2 receivers are Keenan Allen and now Devontae Smith. So I would say my flexes are Gabe Davis and Kareem Hunt. That's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I love it.
Yeah, my flexes are subject to change.
Yeah.
But I do like I do like Boyd against Miami this week.
I lied. I forgot about my actual number 2 wide receiver is Chris Godwin.
Oh yeah. Oh, he's practicing.
Dude, I forgot. My number 1 and 2 are Keenan Allen and Chris Godwin. And then if say Godwin plays, I would have Devontae Smith and Gabe Davis in the flex. So that's a lot. That's actually sick, I think.
It's not bad.
Yeah.
It's not bad at all. I have Russell Wilson on the bench. He's probably eating
Where he
Subway.
belongs.
Probably eating Subway.
He's
On
being
the bench?
dangerous.
No. You said belongs? You mean the waiver wire?
Yeah, that too.
I promise you, if Russell Wilson, I'm sitting here with Marcus Mariota and Aaron Rodgers. If you dropped Russell Wilson, I would not put in a waiver claim for him.
That's fine. I'm not dropping him.
And if you did,
on my roster the
and
whole
then
team.
if he like cleared waivers, I might drop Carson Wentz for him. But I think I would still rather keep Mariota and Wentz than.
I am keeping Russell Wilson on my bench all season long. I only need him for 1 week.
You gonna start him?
I have to.
No, you don't.
When Mahomes is on a bye.
You start somebody else. Start Jared Goff. Start Cooper Rush. Like Russell Wilson is horrendous.
God,
What are his stats? Bring him up. You got it right. Then I want to have this conversation. Like,
I'm not saying his stats are good, but for 1 week.
why would you start him?
He had 9 points last week.
Oh,
I mean, it was a dog shit
Bro,
game against the Niners.
I'm just trying to impart wisdom to our people at here.
I never said he was good.
This is me trying to like impart wisdom to our people at home. You're hanging on to
listen,
Russell
listen.
Wilson to start him on a bye week when I have already benched Aaron
how many
Rodgers.
points did he have?
He had 9 points last week.
Cooper Rush had more points.
That's what I'm saying. I'm already made the decision to bench Aaron Rodgers for Marcus Mariota. Like, you have to be fluid. Like, this is your backup, bro.
I think there's only one QB that had less points than
Listen.
Russell Wilson.
The highest week that he's
Do you know
projected
who that
for
is?
is week 8.
I don't know.
Come on.
Who's that bad?
I am not disagreeing with either of you.
What team is that bad?
Houston?
No.
Davis Mills? No?
That's a good guess.
I'm not disagreeing with either of you.
The Bears.
Oh, the Bears. That's right.
Justin Fields had 6 points.
Horrible. I just like that was not me.
How many did Jimmy G have?
Who fucking cares?
A lot.
He did not have a lot. That's not the right answer. A lot is not the right answer.
He had 9.44.
Oh, you beat Russell.
Barely. by 0.37.
I was trying to impart people at home. There's so many people out there, and I see them in all these leagues where they like draft 2 quarterbacks. Like my sister in the other league, she has who's her quarterback in the other league? It's somebody good, okay? And then you're just hanging on to Mac Jones. And I know he's hurt now, but just in general, she just has Mac Jones on her bench. Why do you have Mac Jones on your bench? Well, I need him for the bye week. No, you don't. You cut him and you pick him up in your bye week, or you pick somebody else up, not fucking Mac Jones. I'll tell you what, Adam. I value a healthy Mac Jones more than a fucking healthy Russell Wilson right now.
Do you want me to drop Russell Wilson and pick up Zay Jones? Yeah, right.
Zay Jones.
Samaje Perine? No.
It's not about that. It's about quarterback for you.
I have a quarterback.
Zay Jones has been quietly tearing it up.
I just dropped him
up, Jay.
to pick up Dante Foreman.
I know you did.
But like, why? I don't know. It was more of a not towards you, just like the mindset of I need to have a backup quarterback when I have a great one. The league that I have Josh Allen. You know who my backup is? Nobody. And I'll pick up somebody when I need him. Well, what if he gets injured? Who cares? Like, if Patrick Mahomes got injured, then you're going to start Russell Wilson the rest of the year? No. I hope not. You're going to have to make a move. It's like the same concept. Like me, I have 3 quarterbacks in this league. Why? Because they're all garbage. So it's kind of like, which one's going to be less garbage? Aaron Rodgers or Marcus Mariota or Carson Wentz? You know, it's in a different position to where you are. So it's just like, I just never understood the mindset of hanging on.
This guy's got 3 quarterbacks on his roster.
They're all garbage.
Okay, they're all garbage. And I drafted
3.
I drafted 3 quarterbacks.
I only drafted 2, but like.
But you now have 3 and I have 2.
Let's be fair. I drafted Justin Fields, so I took the worst.
That is fair.
I think you might have been wrong about Kenny Gainwell this year, bro, by the way.
Yeah, Mark. I mean,
he's been dog shit.
Well, just because actually Miles Sanders would be
Miles
good.
Sanders is playing fucking well.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Fuck Miles Sanders.
I could still agree with that.
Yeah, you
fucking dog pile of shit. Nah, brah.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure he was my nah, brah.
Yeah, maybe. You might have been. All right, well, that's bringing this episode to the end. So, Jay, as always, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
And Adam, as always, thank you for joining us.
Hey, man, thanks for having me again.
I hope you guys enjoyed our pretty faces for 2 minutes. We're going to rectify this situation hopefully next week. If not, in 2 weeks. Dude, that burned through quick.
Yeah,
You
that
should
was
listen
wild.
to someone.
That was wild.
That's what I have to say.
But
All right.
it's your show, so I mean, you know.
All right, so Song of the Week. Last week, me and All Bets Are Off podcast with Robbie Vegas, he performed at the Shinedown and Jelly Roll concert in the VIP tent, and I was graciously invited up to play some songs with him. So what I'm going to do is play a song from Shinedown, because I like Shinedown and they were awesome at that concert, and it's a song that actually brings tears to my eyes, and it's really cool when music could do that for you. And I was sitting there in the crowd, and I have no problem admitting this to all you, that I'm sitting there in the crowd. In the VIP section, not the crowd, but not with the regular people. But I'm sitting there,
He's big time now.
Yeah.
And I'm literally watching the song, singing the words, feeling it, wiping the tears out of my eyes, because it's just a beautiful song. So this song is from their latest album called Planet Zero, and the song is called Daylight. So this is Daylight from Shinedown. And everybody out there down in Florida, be safe. I'm just laughing at a picture of Russell Wilson eating his sub. Down in Florida, please stay safe, everybody. Get to shelter. Get the fuck out of there if you can. I mean, it's too late now.
Yeah, it's
if you're
already
hearing
hit.
this too now. But just be safe, everybody. God bless, and we'll see you next time on the Fantasy Football Bros podcast. Peace.
Later, guys.